Thanks, Hodgie. Going to be interesting, Leper, isn't it? What they do. I mean, you see Payne come in. We spoke about him as a 15th game into a final. Played exclusively in defence, never kicked the goal. Do you take a risk? Do you play him forward? What do you think?
That's where he's starting right now. He's a part of that forward mix, as we see right now with Fullerton and Joey Danaher.
Yeah, they definitely needed another tall target. When McStay went down early last week, they really struggled. They went down the line. Only 2 contested marks for the game. So Payne, he just has to make sure tonight he presents down the line for that long get-out kick if needed. You know, it's not about, you know, kicking 5 goals for him tonight. Get it to ground, compete down the line, and let the smalls get to work.
So a cutthroat final. No margin for error tonight. Win and keep rolling. Fall short and think about what could have been. The Lions and the Dogs. A date with Port Adelaide. To the winner, McInerney up first. Couldn't get the clean kick away. Liberatore does what he's been doing all of his life. Gets it, clears it, gives it to McRae. Waitman so brilliant and lively last week. Norton crashes on through.
Libber with that first touch, but at least they kicked it around the corner. They didn't get a chain coming out of that centre bounce.
Lewis Young, big assignment for him tonight. Brilliant McRae. Bailey Smith over his shoulder. The one-on-one, little chance for Hannon, had a lot of it. Birchall looks for it, desperate, lost it. Hannon, Bontempelli. The handball, wide ball, Young, tackle comes. Bailey gets her first, happy to concede.
Well, we saw Libba and Neil together. I wonder if that's going to continue for the whole night. We'll just check their stoppage right here. They've just found each other on that first couple.
Just saw
Now Lyons has gone to him.
Brandon Starcevic appears to have picked up Cody Waitman instead. Number 1 lockdown defender, Liberatore, doing what he does so well. And that time he was well tackled.
But Jared Lyons standing on Libba at that stoppage.
Came up with a big play there, Jared Lyons. Perfectly executed tackle. Back to Birchall. 4-time premiership haul. And now here they come through the middle. Zorko, they'll like this build-up. Good chance, Charlie Cameron, Eastonwood on his birthday. 32 today, Eastonwood. Fullerton picks it up to the goal square. Joe Danaher from behind, Keith. And it will ricochet out of bounds.
Yeah, that's going to be a great matchup, that one, Keith. Joe Danaher goalless for the first time this year last week. And Keith, he's been miserly. He's hardly conceded a goal in months.
Eastonwood on Charlie Cameron. I think that's the right matchup for Charlie because he's so good in the air as well.
Good matchup.
Fullerton against Lewis Young. Little chance for Caleb Daniel. Gave it off. Dale, sensational year. Clears the zone at least for the moment. Coleman, second grab needed. Took care of things. We'll think about Rich, who'll roll onto his left. He'll do it right now. Tackle is big from Waitman. Got rid of the handball. Just Adams sends it back inside 50. Big pack. McRae again. Seen a fair bit of the football all year. It looks like it's going to continue tonight. Over the top, Starcevic. Terrific. Coleman tries to get through a couple. Lost the football. Brilliant enough to paddle it to Lyons. Back kick goes by hand. Hot football into the hands of Fullerton and spills over. Away we go.
So the wing matchups, Robinson and Smith on one wing. That was a great effort by Waitman. You've got to shut that down. McCluggage and Hunter on the other wings.
No surprise, that is the intensity of finals. We've just seen there. Pressure coming from all angles. McInerney brilliantly done to McCluggage. Liberatore with some pressure. Bailey Dale, beautiful hands. That was not an easy footy to trap. Hunter. McRae, who's just an incredible ball winner. Down the line. Fisted forward. Adams, a former Bulldog in there. Waitman. And now trying to get a handle on it. Norton, he was really well tackled by Marcus Adams. And they force another boundary throw in.
Well, it's the pressure we're talking about pre-game. That's what the Lions need to bring. Force the Western Bulldogs into mistakes, all quick kicking the ball.
Yeah, that was Chris Fagan said after last week. He was most disappointed just with their team defence across the whole ground. It was the area they really want to improve this week.
Huge job for Lewis Young, the makeshift ruckman, beautifully done. McRae, here's the champ, Bontempelli, beautiful sidestep, got around the defender in Rich. English starting forward, trapped it nicely to the big man. Harris Andrews, he did really well, centering kick. Bontempelli's worked on, he's going to go one-on-one. Really well done, Rich. Picked up Liberatore, first goal, the final, bouncing, and Libba's got it. got to have a knack of doing that, kicking goals from tough positions.
He gets it to boot so quickly, Libba. He's had a good start, as has McRae. 8 ground balls to 2 already the Western Bulldogs' way, so they're just hunting the ball at ground level a little bit better early in this game.
Well, this is the breakaway that we spoke about pre-game. This is the role you can't let through that line there is Marcus Bontempelli, because he's so dangerous and gives the forwards opportunity. And great finish there by Libba. And great run from the contest by Liberatore as well.
Well, look at those two there, McRae and Liberatore. And it's the ground ball game early. Just a bit better at ground level at the moment, the Dogs.
McRae's had 5 in the first 4 minutes. We know he's been averaging crazy numbers all year. Only dipped below 30 twice. 36 in the wet last week.
What do you have, 15 in a row, was it? Or 14 in a row,
15.
30? And then Miller took it off him a few weeks later.
McInerney. Well done again by Dale. What an inspired move it's been. Easton Wood under pressure, found the left boot. Hunter might get there. He does, keeps it in, did really well. Lions fans don't agree. Handball to Bailey Smith towards half forward. The kick to the advantage of the defenders, this time Harris Andrews.
A bit more conscious of the backspace there, weren't they, the Lions defenders? We spoke pre-game how they like to take the front position. That's much better positioning by Harris Andrews.
Melbourne got them out the back quite a bit last week, so they've readjusted.
And now Lachie Neale sends it in the direction of the makeshift forward. Payne into the side. Bailey Williams picks it up. That's a well-executed ball. Bailey Smith's going to take on the tackler. He got past Zach Bailey. Waitman, 4 goals in his first final. Sliding attempt, couldn't keep it in. Let's get to Hodgie.
Yeah, just looking around the stoppages further up the field. Daniel Rich is sitting off the back of the stoppage, and they're letting Dunkley go in as an extra number. So you just saw Oscar McInerney take it out of the ruck and kick it forward. That's because the Doggies have an extra mitter at ground level.
You can see what Fagan thinks of Waitman with his stopper, Starcevic, getting the job on Waitman.
Bontempelli crashing through, picked up by Zach Bailey. What an impressive player he is. And there is Young. Did a really strong job last week in the ruck. Short one to Bailey. Dale prominent early on the non-preferred. Wants the captain, Bontempelli. Can he keep it in? Happy in the end to reload inside their forward 50 zone.
And on Hodgie's point before, that's why. See Daniel Rich there. He has to hold back because he's got to wait for Marcus Bontempelli to come through that stoppage. So he leaves Dunkley around the ball, and he's got to pick up that man. What a tough matchup.
I'm not sure about that matchup.
Yeah,
Be worried about that. If Bontempelli's forward, I'm not sure that's the matchup for him.
McInerney did well. Out of the air towards the wing. Danaher will shovel, wanted Fullerton, couldn't find him. Lyons down the line he goes, hits the chest of Payne, who's playing forward, hasn't kicked a goal in his life. Lions fans are hoping that changes tonight. Dunkley in front of Zorko. Turnover coming, so Fullerton now quickly moves it on over the top. Guess who? Cameron, a fumble. Zorko through the legs of Easton Wood. Zorko again, got it. Neale clean to Fullerton over the top. No, intercepted. Bailey Williams this time. His kick good this time to Bontempelli. Through the middle, Hunter thinks about playing on. Who's further down the field? You saw Bailey Smith run into the screen. Just a little bit too far out. Buys himself some metres. Hits it well. Over the top it goes. Hand from Harris Andrews.
Yeah, I think that was the wrong option there. Waitman made a beautiful lead up the middle of the ground. He had 10 metres. Clearly just didn't seem there, Bailey Smith. Missed opportunity.
Nice man to have ball in hand, Daniel Rich. He'll take all the kick-ins. He's one of the best kicks of the footy we've seen. He's superb at it, straight through the corridor, but reading the play was Dunkley, and he's chopped it off. Bailey Smith, Bontempelli took on the tackler and got nailed. Lions. Superbly done. McInerney, and now McCluggage straight through the heart of the gap. Oh, look at that kick. That is a brilliant way to go coast to coast, and this man looms large.
Yes, and that's how he'll get Easton Wood, won't he? Just with a lot of space, one-on-one, out the back. He's got the speed. No one can really go with him anyway. with the AFL, so he's got a tough task there. That's 3 times now the Lions have used the corridor straight through the middle to try and expose that part of the game.
They barely got any of that corridor ball last week against Melbourne.
14 goals in his last 3 games, Charlie Cameron. 5 goals in the losing final last week. What a record. What an outstanding player, and he's not made a mistake. Charlie Cameron kicks the first for Brisbane.
Good start for Charlie. 5 goals last week. He was outstanding. He played a lone hand up forward. 5 of their 9 goals last week. And he's had a couple of good looks early. Dropped a mark just before. But he had a couple of metres on Eastern Wood on both of those entries. Looking dangerous again.
It's a great look at it right here. We see how the Lions have wanted to use the corridor, but look at this role. You've got Charlie Cameron, Easternwood, and all of this space. I'll tell you what, if the worst role in the competition is playing on Marcus Bontempelli, I reckon that could be the second worst role in the comp, playing on Charlie Cameron with all that space.
Well, it's just about impossible. If you get ball like that and you've got space, you're not going to be able to stay with this man, Charlie.
Last 3 years, only one man in the AFL has kicked more goals than Charlie Cameron. Tom Hawkins. Been remarkable. Here's a chance for English and the Dogs. Low ball on the end of it. Well, not quite in the end. Treloar left it behind. Coleman went and got it. Vandermeer terrific in the tackle. Chance for the Dogs to respond quickly.
It's unlucky there for Coleman. I thought he did a great job going in to win the ball for his team. They're actually struggling at ground ball. Gets at the moment the Lions 15-5, but good win for him, but just not quick enough and sharp enough. It's a final. You've just got to get the ball to boot a little quicker than that.
5-6 for the year. 1-6 from set shots. Not necessarily his strong suit, and it proves to be the case again.
Originally drafted as a defender, Leighton Vandermeer, but you can see that leg speed a factor there. Rich to Birchall. Back to Daniel Rich. Now he pumps it down the line. Joe Danaher had his jumper pull. Umpire all over that free kick. Danaher gets it moving quickly. Charlie. And Easternwood just looks super sharp. Has that gone out of bounds? And the forward has. So the Dogs can reload here with Caleb Daniel.
You just wonder if that's the option, Richo, or should they just kick it long like the last play inside 50 instead of being precise to Cameron on a short lead?
So Daniel there, he's prepared to just open up and force the defenders to come at him. Tim English presents well. He's having a turn in the ruck on Oscar McInerney at the moment. Not 15, so they've set the standard there. The umpires early. That one called to play on, and that's a good grab from Shankey. Nice confidence builder. Kicked a couple of goals last week in the final. Started his career at Brisbane. I think he might have been a better reminder of that from a few Lions fans. Free kick to Bailey Smith. So there's a good look at how many numbers are back. This man has played every possible game since debut. Couldn't have performed any better. Bailey Smith sets it up. Norton launches. Lockie Neal. Fulton slaps it out of there. Good tackle. Vandermeer on Bailey. Liberatore. Can he do it again? Libber bends it, and he's got a couple. Libber's got 2. Not easy to do that. A snap under pressure. He's a specialist at it, Libber, and that's a fine way to start a final.
Oh, he's just so good at ground level. Just hunts the footy. It just is attracted to him, but that is a quality finish. He's had no time with either of those 2 shots at goal. And what a bonus. 2 goals out of Liberatore early in this game.
Well, take 2 for Libber. There he is at the front of the stoppage here. Well, it's not a stoppage, in front of the contest. Just gets drawn to the football there, McCluggage. He waits out. And again, that's what we mentioned to the Brisbane Lions before the game. They've got to get that pressure around the ball right. They just haven't got it at the start of this game. And Libber snaps his 2nd goal in this first quarter.
The ground balls are a concern at this stage. 16 to 7. Just when it's a chaotic game, the Dogs just feel a little bit better at the moment.
Liberatore again. First time he's kicked multiple goals in a final. 14 for the year now, equals his best. It was 2016 with 14. So Fullerton, full handball to Birchall. Tough going for the forwards. Everyone gets set. English forms a part of the pack. Somehow Rourke Smith ends up with it over the top. He tried to go. Bailey intercepted. Then Rourke Smith gets involved again. McCarthy, a throw over the top. Umpire said it was all okay. Duray spins, doesn't lose his way, kicks. Harris Andrews, important intercept. Screaming for it, Devon Robertson, ignored. Coleman, superb to Bailey.
English. Don't test me on it.
It's great pressure by Charlie, isn't it? He's been really good, Coleman. He was probably their best defender last week as well.
One last week against the D's, 29 for the year. Not this time.
That's when you know the Lions are playing their best football. Pressure on in the forward line, making sure those kicks out of their forward 50 are nice and high for Harris Andrews and Marcus Adams to come across.
Taylor Duray, former premiership teammate of Hodges at Hawthorn. Bailey Williams backs himself to spin through and then look in the corridor. He might have to take a bounce sooner. He's going to be in trouble. He's gone. You can see the umpire is ready to blow the whistle.
Time on. Yeah.
Probably a pretty fair call, that one in the end. So Jared Berry's been handed the footy.
Play on.
He played 3 games in the first half of the season, battling his way through injury. Flashing in from the side. Mackay Cockatoo, Caleb Daniel drives it down the line. McRae, Bailey Williams had his handball intercepted by McCluggage. Well done. Got through some pressure. Lions a high up and under ball. They're going to fly from everywhere. Lick McCarthy lost his boot. Picked up by Cockatoo. He's a talented player. He couldn't get it through, and maybe there was a little handball at Richo.
Felt like there was a handball there. Just a little give.
Cockatoo, another remarkable success story. Couldn't get on the ground at Geelong, like McCarthy. Danaher at Essendon. Took the punt, done brilliantly. Playing in a final, here's Coleman. Takes a little off the kick, puts it to a dangerous spot. Well done, Williams. Got an important fist in there. Trying to go off the ground, Gardner. He's beset upon, tackle. Took him straight to ground.
They're happy to get stoppages in forward 50. The Brisbane Lions there, a good team at scoring from this source.
Matt Stevic. Had to be part to play during the week. Gardner goes searching for the line on the Payne tackle. Got there in the end.
Well, they're building the pressure at the Lions. About 3 front half turnovers in a row. They just haven't been able to get that goal that they're looking for. And almost a rugby try over the line.
Interesting handball, that one from Jack McRae. Sure, Ryan Gardner thought it was coming. Daniel, so clever with ball in hand to Bailey Smith. Good patch here from the Lions. They've been able to trap it in the forward half for some time. They think their way through it. Short one's okay to Dunkley. McRae wants it. That's where it goes. Normally finds a teammate. It's a good looking kick. Well done, Marcus Adams. Norton trying to get back. He's got speed at ground level. Aaron Norton, has he kept it in? He has. Harris Andrews, Waitman. That's his direct opponent, Starcevic. Fullerton under some pressure. A high up and under floater. English is the man that you would expect. Had the first go at it, picked up by McRae. A little dart. Shackey almost claimed the mark. Play on Zakor McCluggage. Good pressure, the Dogs. Virtual, with all his experience, just spirals it to the wing. Caleb Daniel with courage. Ends back in the little man's hands. He's got McRae out wide, who's coming up for disposal, number 10, to Hunter. A bouncing ball. Awkward for everyone. Mitch Hannon. Coleman's been good. Andrews took on the tackler. And eventually, under some serious pressure, they can reset the Bulldogs inside their forward 50.
English looking for Dunkley, just missed him. Now McRae gets beaten to the ball by Hunter. Robertson put the tackle on, but Hunter got it back to a really dangerous spot out the back. Cockatoo's got to deal with Rourke Smith. Cockatoo tried to slap it. Rourke Smith did well. Onto his left. They're looking for another. The Dogs. Liberatore's got a couple. Rourke Smith can't find the third.
She's dangerous at ground level. The Dogs are looking all over the lines, really. 26 scrambles to 13. It's just a huge discrepancy so early in the game.
That's the big worry, isn't it? Just the chaotic nature of this game so far. It's suiting the Dogs. They need a little bit more control on the ball, the Brisbane Lions.
Birchall had Berry in mind. Rourke Smith was good. Here comes Bailey Williams. Might be able to keep that in. Waiting for the ruck to come into play here. Oscar McInerney. Interesting, his first 3 ruck contests. McInerney, this is Fullerton now. Decided to go with clean possession with his heightened strength advantage. McCluggage and Liberatore. Well played, McCluggage. Duray. Oh, Danaher came crashing through. It's a fair contest. A little bit of courage from both players. Taylor Duray kept his eye on the footy.
Haven't had a mark inside 50 yet, the Western Bulldogs. This is their 12th entry.
Cray looking for Waitman. Look at the launch. It was well defended. And Starcevic is their go-to man. He's going to make life tough for Cody Waitman tonight.
Starcevic has been extraordinary. He's only conceded 16 goals this year. Given he plays on the craftiest forwards every week, he's seriously miserly.
Yeah, he's the #1 stopper, and that shows you the respect they have for Waitman.
He's very good at his craft, isn't he, Starcevic? So too this man, Lachie Neale, finds a chest. It's Berry who slides low. With a give. Is quick to line, steps inside. Knew he had a runner in McCluggage. Through the circles he goes. Good, dangerous man out the back in McCarthy. Gardner did just enough.
It's a late call, that one.
Thought he got away with it.
It felt like it was there initially. Just a very late call from the umpire. Again, really quick ball movement through the middle by the Brisbane Lions. That handball receive at half-back just broke everything open.
This man kicked a point against the Eagles that broke the Dogs' hearts.
He might have been a little stiff there, Gardner. It looks like he was actually going for the ball, and the contact was after the ball was dropped.
Another terrific season. 35 for the year. This for the Lions' second. He levels things up.
Straight down the middle again, Richo. Another play where the Lions go coast to coast from the corridor.
A quick play on at half-back. The handball receive at half-back. It just caught the Dogs' defenders napping.
Imagine Oscar McInerney is going to do a lot of this tonight. He's 107 kilos, 205 centimetres against an inexperienced ruckman. He's taken clean possession every time he's come up against Lewis Young, and even Tim English, he backed himself in there. And it'll be fascinating to see. He's got that match up again now in the centre bounce. Young and McInerney. So the big O could be a big factor tonight. Big job for Lewis Young. This time conventionally, but look how well he directed it down, and Zorko torpedoes one. Danaher out the back, didn't get a goal in the final last week. He's got one now. Joe Danaher.
Yeah, that's the worry. Big O in the middle does. He picked up on that well. That was a really clean clearance out of the middle there. Oscar McInerney with a great bit of ruck work, and how nimble is Joe Danaher for 200 centimetres. Nice finish for him. Hits the scoreboard again. Last week, the only time this year that Joe hasn't kicked a goal.
Well, he's been grabbing it out of the ruck. He's been belting it forward, and that time was a beautiful off-hit, wasn't it? Lachie Neale with a nice little centre square bounce clearance, and Joe just finished the work. That's why the 666 come in, didn't it? Just to give forwards an even run, and the Lions forwards and Joe just too good.
Talked about McCarthy being such a success story. Joe Danaher playing so little in the last few years as a bomber. Sensational this. There's McInerney again, being dominant in the middle. Zorko, pick up was clean. Long ball, Cameron McCarthy, here's Charlie!
Lions are probably thinking footy's a pretty simple game right now, isn't it? Just win it out of the middle and kick it to your good players and they kick goals.
Dash have been talking about Oscar McInerney, whether he's hitting it long or tapping it down or grabbing it out of the ruck and then pushing it forward. But nice surge there from Zorko. And then Charlie Cameron, we spoke already tonight about him so agile, so smart around goals, pushing his man under the contest and kicking the goal. But if you look at Oscar McInerney, he started the game so well, but his last 3 games, he's came up against Gawn, Nick Nat and Grundy and held his own. So he's been doing a fantastic job against those guys and really dominating tonight.
6-6-6 set up.
Umpire Matt Stevitt, one of the best in the business, the 6-6-6 warning, and it's become a big factor. Brisbane Lions have kicked 3 goals with their last 4 kicks. They need a centre bounce get here, the Bulldogs, and Bontempelli, the skipper, exits to Hunter, drives a long ball, going to get a contest deep. That was Shacky. Waitman flicked it out. Bailey Smith, well done, Rich. Can he get off the ground? Bailey Smith got it. The Dogs get the quick reply. Or do they?
I believe it's a goal. Can we just check if it was touched off the boot?
Score review. Umpire's call is a goal. Can you please check if the ball was touched?
Review underway.
And a blood ball, Brett. Marcus Adams, Brisbane.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see a gap between the ball and the Brisbane defenders at all times. Decision on the scoreboard.
Points to centre clearance.
Well, it has been the last 3 minutes, hasn't it? The game was a real arm wrestle up until then, and all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. Well, that's the 3rd centre square bounce goal in a row, isn't it? This time it's for the Western Bulldogs. It's just so important nowadays, those centre square clearance breaks and giving your forwards the best possible opportunity, Richo.
Yeah, good contest by Shacky. The ball fell to that predictable area at the front.
4 goals in 4 minutes. McInerney again trying to get the Lions forward. Berry couldn't quite get any distance with the kick. Rourke Smith to McRae, handball intercepted. This time Bailey, brilliant, slaps it forward. Cameron's looking for a 3rd. Chase is on. Eastonwood on his birthday. Cameron, it is 3. 5 in 4.5. Not the birthday present you want. Charlie Cameron in front of you. Goals in front of Cameron in a final.
And he's a powerful, quick player himself, Eastonwood, but if he gets the ball and he's got grass in front of him, you're just not going to catch him, Charlie Cameron. And what a final series he's putting together. 8 goals in not even 5 quarters of footy so far in September.
We mentioned it before, but this has to be the most stressful role in the world. This man in space, you can just see Charlie almost look back and go, oh, I've got you covered here. But just to settle and kick the goal as well, it's amazing composure to do this.
That's not easy, running at the pace that he was running, to have to get that ball across your body and finish like that. And that's just simple footy, just bashed it forward. It was just a big punch from the centre square into the forward 50.
Back in the centre we go. Advantage has been paid, opens the door for Lockie Neal. Had a vacant goal square.
They're really looking to take those advantages whenever they get a free kick, the Lions.
They've been really aggressive, haven't they?
Yeah.
Right through the middle of the ground. It's exciting footy to see for Brisbane. Now, Bailey Dale. What a ball that is. That takes some courage to hit that low target. Bontempelli sweeping handball out wide. Lockie Hunter had to sit and wait for a while, and now a little sandwich type of kick. Found Shaki. Nice ball movement back to Bailey Smith. The Dogs queued up in the corridor. He dumps a long ball. Waitman will try and get a launch for Smith. Finished up with Waitman, boots a ball. And he's missed.
Both teams looking super dangerous inside forward 50 at the moment.
There were 5 goals scored in 15 disposals through that period.
Yeah.
It's quite unbelievable. We both thought coming into this game that the forward 50s were probably the problem areas for both teams, but they've both been very dynamic.
Zorko, Rich, now Berry. Liberatore stands on the mark. He kicked the first 2 for the Dogs. Bailey Smith, the third.
Adam Treloar hasn't touched the footy yet. There he is there. Just about to stand on the mark.
8th for Neil. McCluggage gives it to Birchall, who rolls onto that left of his. Charlie wedged between a couple of Dogs. Five last week, 3, and we've still got just on 3 minutes before quarter time.
Former Bulldog Marcus Adams getting some instructions before going back out there forward and in front of English. Slap down, nice hands from McCluggage. Almost a little too hot for Lockie Neal. Bontempelli, he won't be unhappy with a little reset.
Oscar, Jim, let it go.
Number 1 and number 2 clearance teams in the competition, and Brisbane just got an edge at the moment. 5 clearances more than the Dogs.
Bontempelli to McRae. You got a bit of a push in the back. It'll be
Back here.
as he kicked it, so it's going to go back to Jack McRae. Another All-Australian honour for this man. Superb, consistent, really effective on ballers. Jack McRae, long down the line. Fisted away easily in the end by Harris Andrews. So a couple of minutes until quarter time, and it has been lightning fast, Leper, hasn't it? They've been able to really put some speed on the game at times.
Well, yeah, mainly stoppage scores, hasn't it? So it's been really those dynamic plays from both teams. A lot of it obviously coming out of centre square bounce. So get this for the rest of the game, Richo. We'd be really happy.
Lions by 11. Dogs have only trailed 3 times this year at quarter time. Looks like that'll be the case here. Rich, bouncing ball off Caleb Daniels' chest into the hands of Zorko. He just buys about 15 metres or so. Williams had to be quick, was on the left, floats it towards half forward. Rich, Smith, now Berry onto the left, back towards the wing. Zorko wants to move it on immediately. Neil was on the end of it. Short ball. Charlie, a little too far at the score. Cameron fires the handball. Now to Bailey. Zach Bailey misses his man. Picked off by Keith. Ball, exit, at least for the moment. Rich didn't take it cleanly. Bailey Smith, so strong. Got rid of the tackler. Dunkley holds up Berry.
Another handball received through the middle of the ground. They're really looking to give that ball. They're moving the ball a lot quicker than they did last week, and that's why their forward 50's looking so dangerous. Those handball receives through the middle of the ground.
McInerney again. Bontempelli in the way. Picked up by Dunkley. And now Hunter. Was he taking a little high? He was by Cockatoo. So still some time for another score, and he's got the hard-running defender Bailey Dale, who's taken off from half-back. Happy to get it moving. Stepped around Cockatoo. Norton's deep. He had Waitman coming at him short. Decided to go to Waitman over his head. The Lions defenders have got a fair bit of number back there. McCluggage took a fair bit of time, but skillful enough to get it in the direction of Payne. Easton Wood. He fortuitously found Bailey Dale, and he's missed another target. He's normally one of their best kicks. Delore, Gardner, and like his time again, Bailey Dale. You back him, you hit that target almost every single time.
they're the opportunities that you're going to have to take tonight, aren't you? It looks like that sort of game where you're going to need a lot of inside 50s, a lot of opportunities, so you need to make the most of them.
Luke Beveridge moved Bailey Dale to halfback in a pre-season game. All-Australian move. Here's a chance, McRae. Hunter. Inside he goes with the handball. Caleb Daniel, quick kick, low ball. Rourke Smith measures things up, gets around Coleman. Can he get round another? Took too long.
He prides himself on that stuff, Dane Zorko. Great run-down tackle. You love it when your skipper's doing that.
Gardner. Robinson. Have a look at all the players just trying to get as much air in as possible late in the term, all exhausted. McCluggage.
Yeah, they're just looking to play out time now, the Lions. I think the 1 minute sign's gone up on the bench and they're just happy to go in quarter time with the lead.
A frantic opening term, 8 goals scored. Liberatore got the first, then Cameron, then Liberatore again. Cameron ended with 3.
I thought Lewis Young fought back into the game last week against Essendon in the second half against Big Draper. I thought he was better in the second half. He needs to find a way here now.
I love the tactic of Big O to come out and say, I'm going to dominate so much, I'm going to force your hand, and perhaps that's why we're seeing Tim English take this centre bounce. Entertaining first quarter. Semi-final at the Gabba. Full house. There's English. McRae and Bontempelli. High floater from Bontempelli. English, great effort to just crash through the pack. Coleman was there. Little 1-2 with McInerney. Touched off the boot. Dunkley. An important little touch on live ball to be won. Bontempelli. Full chested through. Brilliantly done to McRae. A little chip kick was maybe a bit ambitious, and now McCluggage can take a couple of bounces, and this is where Brisbane have been really dangerous on the rebound, although he just ran out of space. Caleb Daniel came sliding in over the top. Zorko. Umpire is going to say no prior opportunity, so maybe an opportunity went missing there for Hugh McCluggage.
I think it's a blood rule coming there to Lions. He just had an option to his right there, Hugh McCluggage. He just didn't see him late. Good pressure by the Western Bulldogs defence. Yeah. There's nothing worse than that when you have got a guy streaming through the middle of the ground and you're a defender. You don't even know what to do sometimes, Richie. You don't know whether to come forward, back, left or right. And they did a really good job to cause a stoppage right there.
Yeah, they timed that frontal pressure really well. Yeah, he had Fullerton out to the right, who'd made a really good run. Just didn't see him, McCluggage.
Through the legs of Dunkley. Ends up with McCluggage off to Rich. Going to pitch about 40 from the Lions' goals. Bontempelli involved again this time. Happy to kick as long as he can towards the wing. Foot race is on. Charging at it. Andrews, little boy at the top, superb. McCarthy. 2 kicks from home. McCarthy got the second. The Lions' first quarter goals. That kick poor. Off the side it goes. English will reset for the Bulldogs.
On the line. Yeah, thanks. Play on.
Eyes looking inside. Happy to take the safe approach. Bontempelli tackled, but somehow boot to ball. Liberatore had to wait for it to settle. Giray over the top. Little handball. Kept in by Dunkley. Gardner ensures no more territories gained.
That was Libber's first touch since he kicked that second goal. He's just vital. When he's playing well, the Dogs seem to be playing well. He went out of the game, and that's when Brisbane have had their good run. He's just such an important player for them.
See Jared Berry's sliding up alongside of him. Richo. Liberatore as McRae came crashing through. Well played, Lockie Mew. Here's Berry. Flicks it forward to Robertson. Zach Bailey. All done back to Berry. Chance for Joe Danaher in good shape out the back. Keith's got a handle on it. Payne picks it up. Now McCluggage. Back to Payne. He's never kicked an AFL goal. Jack Payne. And not wanting to take any risk at all. Easton Wood just flicks it through. So a minor score, Brisbane.
It wasn't a natural snapping motion, was it, there by Payne? But one thing Brisbane, you can tell off watching the tape here, is they're really conscious just to go forward all occasions, knocking the ball forward, handballing the ball forward into space. They really want to get territory against the Doggies.
Close it goes to the line. Again, McInerney proving his worth. The big O becoming a big problem for the Dogs. We'll pitch about 20 this time. And the line's got Daniel.
High contact, Bulldogs.
High contact, the call.
Sometimes difficult to tackle a man that small, isn't it, Richo? But they're really pitting the doggies in their front half now.
That's a great kick.
Risk and reward, and it all paid off. Bontempelli this time looking for Norton. One hand, second, third, fourth. What a player he has become, and as he continues career, seemingly just gets better week in, week out.
What a weapon Daniel is when he's got the ball in that back 50. That kick there to Bontempelli just broke everything open, and it gave Norton a chance to be one-on-one for just about the first time tonight.
Needed 5 goes at it. He's kicked 43 for the year. 42 of those, as you can see on the screen, set shots. Through it goes. Back to a 1-goal game. Remarkable, Richo, when you look at the tally, to have 43 from 44 from set shots. Now, I understand key forward, that's what he's paid to do, but he seems much more agile than that.
Yeah, oh, he is. He's very agile, but I guess he just competes that hard in the air. He's always the one doing the competitive work in the air and getting it to ground for it, the rest of that Bulldogs forward line. What a great marker he is. Nice finish. They needed that. Have a look at this kick here from Caleb Daniel. Bontempelli down the middle of the ground. I mean, that is why Norton gets that shot at goal, because of that kick by Caleb Daniel. That was brilliant. Good mark too. Good contested mark. You've got to take those chances. Can break the game open. Daniel, we know how good a kick he is.
Still just 21 years of age, Aaron Norton. I feel like he's performed so well at such a young age. Free kick against Lachie Neale. So they have played Tim English in the ruck at the start of this second term. And a low dart, the kick. Dunkley, ground ball to be won. Rich flicked it back out. Here's Liberatore. Always seems to make something out of nothing. Got it back to Caleb Daniel. Now Lachie Hunter on his natural left foot. Norton again, English from the side. And the big O athletically pounds it out of defence. Bailey and Daniel, and right through the interchange race, you can see the Bulldogs stacked up trying to make some changes.
That's where they can hurt McInerney. If English can push forward and make him defend, he nearly took a mark there, Tim English.
Saw Caleb Daniel heading to the bench for a breather. Smith back on. McInerney to space. Bontempelli first man there. Berry makes him know that he's playing in a final. There is very few moments where you're not being attacked tonight.
The Dogs are starting to read that forward hit there by the lines now. They're starting to get their clearance and domination around the stoppage back again.
Young this time. Slapped the ball, but only as far as Rich. Big pack forms. McCarthy crashes over the top. Payne looks like he's in trouble. Both lines still on the ground next to each other. In the middle, Gardner, Adams. Gardner tried to handball over the top. Knew that Lyons was there. Rourke Smith ends up with it and sends the ball inside the attacking 50. Tricky sort of a bounce in the end for Birch, but he ends up with a football given to him by Harris Andrews. Well done in the end, Shackey. We've got a problem, Richo, have we not? Hands of the trainer, is it still Payne?
Yes, guys, it's Jack Payne, Lincoln McCarthy coming over the top. As you see, Shackey kicks it inside forward 50. Marcus Adam punches it out of bounds. But back to Jack Payne. He's, as Lincoln McCarthy's jumped over the top, he's got the knee in the side of his head, or an elbow, sorry, in the side of his head, and then come down and landed on him. So bleeding fairly solidly from the forehead. Yeah,
he's open right up there, Hodgie. You can see on the replay screen he's got some serious blood flowing out. It was friendly fire last week with Dan to stay out with
Cockatoo, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
And it'll be interesting to see whether he can come back on now. He's certainly going to need stitches.
And also Link McCarthy, sorry guys, Link McCarthy's running off as well with the physio, Peter Blanche. So he's getting his right knee checked out as we speak.
So that's just going to throw that structure out again. I mean, Payne has been competing hard in the forward line, hasn't taken many marks, but he's been doing this. He's been competing, so they'll have to readjust again now. can't take a trick with those tall forwards at the moment.
The ferocity with which Link McCarthy has hit that pack. Unfortunately, he's cleaned up Jack Payne, and lucky he didn't do more damage, Link McCarthy. That was kamikaze style.
Yeah, and it's 2 accidental head knocks that have created maximum damage for the line in 2 weeks. So, geez, they haven't been lucky in this part, have they?
So maybe an interesting development in this final. Dogs inside their forward 50. Barry English, well tackled. So keep your eye on Liberatore around this stoppage.
Unless there's a sub as well, so they've got to bring in a defender to play. So they'll have to move the magnets if Payne can't come back on.
So McInerney, Tim English, Josh Duckley initially in there, and a live ball floating around. Berry, well tackled. Bailey Smith, now English, good tackle on him. Jared Lyons has affected some really strong tackles so far in this game, and he's rewarded again.
Heavily bandaged, Payne being treated, so too Link McCarthy. Brutal final so far. Robinson. Little handball to Danaher. Immediate pressure from Treloar. Tried to get rid of it. Back to you, Hodgie.
Yeah, Jackson Payne's just gone down with the Lions doctor there, as you can see. So the big question is, clearly he's off with the blood rule, but is it going to have the concussion test? Just to sort of see, because it looked like it was pretty heavy contact from Lincoln McCarthy. But I guess with their medical sub, Ryan Lester can play forward and back. He played the start of his career up forward, and he's only played the last couple of years down in the half-back line.
Thanks, Hodgie. This time it's Rourke Smith on the right, moves it down the line to Treloar.
It's his first touch here, Treloar.
The land between a couple. English off a hand. Lyons, McCluggage. Been busy. 14 disposals now for Hugh McCluggage, and they work it through the middle of the lines. Robinson, back he goes. Fullerton. Robinson again. Mitch on that left of his. Fires it to a dangerous man. 3 in the first term for Charlie Cameron. Happy to give this off into the pocket and into the hands of Joe. Danaher, 1 in the first term.
Good series of handballs again through the corridor by the Brisbane Lions. They've done that well tonight. Been able to get pace on the ball.
Yeah, they have. I've had to say that, Richard. They've been electric when they've been moving the ball tonight, the Lions. It wasn't there last week at all, was it? But they're giving their forwards great opportunities from the work they're doing up the field with their pace of ball movement.
Across the face, it slides. And off a hand.
Such a wide ground too, the Gabba. A lot easier to get through here than the Adelaide Oval last week.
So once again, Oscar McInerney a factor. In fact, he's decided just to drift back and let Fullerton take this one with Young. Well played, Dale. Equally well done, Fullerton. Slapped it out of his hands. Bontempelli, disposal number 12 for the skipper. In the Norton direction, Coleman went back, and Marcus Adams involved there as well. So evenly poised final, this one. What to think about for Chris Fagan and Luke Beveridge. Short throw in, it favoured McInerney, who got there first. Picked up by Dunkley, he was gang tackled. Robinson and Lockie Neal over the top. Hodgie, what are you seeing?
The positive sign is Ryan Lester hasn't got up and done a warm-up, so I'm tipping with that he was probably down just getting some stitches rather than that concussion test. So if they were worried about it, he'll be up doing some run-throughs.
Thanks, Hodgie. Duray on the end of the cockatoo fist.
On the line.
They'll get set again here. So Devon Robertson comes back into this side. Young Western Australian puts it into a dangerous spot. McInerney not quite, just flicks it out the back. Bailey Williams happy just to kick long and high and get it out of trouble, at least momentarily. Little flick over the top. Zach Bailey just held off the football. Dunkley moving towards Bontempelli, left it behind. Lockie Neal might just make him pay. Sweeper is there, Easton Wood.
Premiership captain from 2016, Easton Wood. Short one to Bailey Dale. And now Dunkley. So they just edge their way forward. Liberatore, the next one in line. Thought about Bailey Smith on the diagonal kick. Now, happy to go on the right. Norton always competes down the line. Marcus Adams slapped it away. Vandermeer. Treloar, they're desperate to get him into the game. Little 1-2. And then Cockatoo. Coleman in there. Under pressure, the handball came back to Liberatore. He's got to fight hard. Zach Bailey wants it. Dunkley was well tackled. Big ball to win. The Dogs come out with it. And now
High contact Bulldogs downfield where the ball is. Let it go. Bulldogs free kick.
Infield free kick. Liberatore's caught one after disposal.
Zach. That was a clear free kick. Clear free kick.
So there it is. In the meantime, the Dogs have gone deep, but Harris Andrews, who had his best leper, reads it as well as any defender.
There was a wasteful entry, wasn't it? But it's only been a really quiet start. Only 7 points scored this quarter after frenetic first.
Brilliant 45-degree ball from Zorka on his left to McCluggage. Again, Cockatoo, he was just held off the ball. Duray just playing for that professional free kick, wants to hold him up. And he does. Anything to stop play, Udu's going to be in trouble. Cockatoo.
The big O.
Heads in that direction. McRae through the middle. The one-on-one. Waitman turns, just gets a stride away from Starcevic. Out of the air he goes, taken cleanly by Gardner. Through the middle again, the line. Zorko keen to get rolling. Birchall streamed on by. Long ball towards full forward. This time, Shaki for the Dogs.
Joe thinks he was shepherded out there.
Josh Dunkley waits the handball into the hands of Bailey Dale. He's looking for Hunter. He won't be able to keep that in. So you can see Bontempelli, Caleb Daniel, Adam Treloar all taking a rest.
Luke Beveridge would love to just shut down the corridor a little bit more. I think they're just getting it through there a little bit too much at the moment, the Lions.
It's certainly been damaging when they have come right through the middle of the Gabba. English in front. Had the size advantage over Fulton. Kick off the boot of Dunkley. Coleman has really suited the defensive role. It's been a good move in the second half of the year, having Coleman back there in defence.
He's provided that run and that good kicking skill as well to complement Daniel Rich. One thing the Lions have done well is they've made sure the Western Bulldogs can't come out the front of their stoppages this quarter and be damaging. They've made sure that any clearance has to go backwards before it comes forwards.
Fullerton front spot. Liberatore to McRae. A couple of the usual suspects getting involved again. This time Hannon plucks the ball out of the air. Will strike it now from just inside 50. To get it back on level terms, all square, halfway through the second term.
Just a bit of a lapse there, wasn't it, from the Lions defenders? Hannon just bobbed up on his own from a quick kick from stoppage.
11 scores from set shots this year, 4 of them goals. Kicked it neatly. Umpire hardly moves. 5-4 apiece. It's what we hope for, isn't it? 10 goals, fast, free-flowing football. Tough and uncompromising, and it's all square.
All times except when eating or drinking. For more information regarding current mask requirements, please check the Queensland Health website.
Just a lack of communication by the Lions backs. The ball goes backwards from their stoppage, but quick kick there. Then all of a sudden, Hannon ends up on his own. English nearly took it as that ruckman running forward from the stoppage as well, Richo.
Fagan be disappointed with that because, as you talked about, Lever, they had to go out the back again, and that hack kick around the corner.
That's what they want, isn't it?
They should have been able to defend that.
Scores level in the semi-final. Live's been prolific. Looking for Danaher over his head. Charlie Cameron, who lit the first quarter up with 3 goals. Eastonwood fighting back on his birthday. Taylor Duray down the line. Once again, Lions. Disposal number 12 to Neil. Going to take on Liberatore. Back to Robinson. Not going to get past Libba. Here's Robinson again. It was a clever kick and then found McCluggage. Might be just out of his range, so he plays on Hugh McCluggage. Spears it in the Danaher direction. The Dogs have got themselves well placed back there, Richard.
Yeah, that was a poor kick. Where that was positioned. You probably want to get that more towards the top of the goal square.
Leicester warming up now. We saw Jack Payne go down into the rooms. Plenty of blood about the place. No further update from outside the rooms. Norton picked it up at ground level, gave it off to McRae. Half back. Just a little fumble from Caleb Daniel, then over the top went Zorko.
Picking the ball up. Let him up. No, it's a high tackle.
Nat Stevic explains. Dane Zorko argues. Caleb Daniel goes looking for a white jumper to hit, and he does now. Easton Wood got a little break this time. Sends it into the forward pocket. Waitman flies. Norton might pick up the scraps. Norton looks about, runs into trouble. Waitman pulls the trigger, and Cody Waitman puts it through. Dogs back in front.
Great finish by Cody Waitman. Such great recovery at ground level. He flew for the mark and then was able to finish it off with a great snap around the corner. But again, that was started by the exquisite foot skills of Caleb Daniel off half-back.
It was great foot skills, but it's twice now Joe Danaher's direct opponents ran right up the middle of the ground on his own and delivered the ball inside 50. That's just a part of his game he's got to get right, Richo.
He was hoping that Easton Wood wasn't going to get the ball there.
Yep.
You can't guess. You've got to go with them every time.
Bit of news, Hodgie. What have you got?
Yeah, I thought it was a good sign, the fact that Ryan Lester wasn't warming up with Jack Payne, but they've obviously ruled him out with concussion because Ryan Lester's now changed over, put his playing jumper on and about to come on the field.
Second longest serving Brisbane player is Ryan Lester, the medical sub, and as Hodgie explained, he's going to take his spot, it appears. Bailey Smith, good leg speed. He cuts back in board and finds Bontempelli within range. So all of a sudden the Dogs have kicked the last 3 goals of the game, the only 3 of this second term, and it's in the hands of the AFL Captain of the Year.
And there he goes running from stoppage again down the middle. There he is from centre square bounce.
All of the Brisbane players got sucked towards the football though, and they've no chance of getting it. Bontempelli just tracked the ball down.
Signed a 4-year extension tying him to the Bulldogs mid-season. That one was always left.
Guys, it's Jack McRae's doing all the work in and around the midfield. He's up to 21 touches, 9 contested possessions and 5 clearances. So he's been in there getting the hard work, and then Bont and a few others have been able to work hard for it and get rewarded that way.
Lions to Neil.
Be interested to see what the Lions do with Ryan Lester. He hasn't kicked a goal since 2017, as Hodgie said. He has got form, though. On 11 occasions, he's been a multiple goal kicker. He kicked 4 in a game in 215. You think that's his spot, Hodgie, today to play forward?
Yeah, I'd say that's why they put him in, because he does have the flexibility to go back, as we've seen the last 2 or 3 years. But yeah, early on, he did play a lot of footy up forward. So he's that player that Fags loves, that can go back or forward.
Under pressure, the Lions keep control and possession of the football. Starcevic to Rich.
Well, he's just going to be a direct swap and play Payne's role forward.
To Zorko. He's got a break on McRae. Then McRae just corralled. Now to Gardner. There's Birchall again providing that run. Fullerton put it to ground, and Coleman was happy to go and grab Robinson. Got to be quick. Waitman put the little bump on. Not before the kick. Set sail for full forward. Danaher there. Cameron 2. Tackle from Cockatoo. Bulldogs free kick.
Not overly happy with that call. Great to see a full house at the Gabba. Big home final for the Brisbane Lions. Bailey Williams tasked with the responsibility of this kick. He's going to go to safe option. Put some tools down the line, English. Shackie's going to get a free kick. And that makes the Brisbane fans even less happier. And they were a minute ago. Shaggy's kicks, copped it up. Lockie Neal comes flying through, taken high by Bontempelli. So it'll be a free kick to the reigning Brownlow medal winner.
Come on, push out.
Searching for their first goal of the second term. McCluggage took some time. A little too tall in the end. It's Charlie Cameron. And now Caleb Daniel and Berry do battle. Berry went to ground. Treloar flicked it out. And it's going to end with Bailey Dale. Partially smothered kick. Awkward bounce for Shaggy. Taken out of it by McCluggage. McCarthy's quick. Releasing handball to Robinson. He can score from here. Mitch Robinson. He lobbed it off the boot. And Brisbane get the goal they needed. The pressure was building. They had a lot of forward pressure. And that man is a genuine spark in their side, Mitch Robinson. Big moment for him.
Yeah, it was a patient build-up, which is a bit different to what the Lions have done today. And then once they got it there, it was just manic pressure, and they end up getting the front half score.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, masks are currently mandatory in the stadium. Patrons are required to bring your own mask and wear them at all times except when eating or drinking.
Just the pressure, wasn't it, here at the front half pressure of the Lions. This is what they did really well in the first quarter of the game. And Mitch Robinson, what a finish.
They did need that, didn't they? A little settler. The Dogs had a really good period. We're getting on top in the contested ball. Good finish by Mitch Robinson.
Mitch's first goal in a final as a Lion. This time it's Neal who's on the end of a handball. The Lions looking for another Williams. Here's Charlie Cameron. Just didn't settle quite for him. He went and hoped it would settle better. Bailey misfires.
She's that ground level ball inside their forward 50. If they can get it there enough throughout the game, Lions are scoring on most occasions.
Dale had Easton Wood in mind. Perfectly weighted kick it was. So scores level again. Far from half-time. Easton Wood's miscued there. Stay in. Has Dunkley done enough? He's got a fingernail on it, which is a pretty big play. Deserves a rest, Hugh McCluggage, with that. Right 8 Ks in the first half, Richo.
Yeah, the two wingmen there leading the way, Lockie Hunter.
Craig Bontempelli have been huge. They play advantage here. Rourke Smith's going to take it. Has a bounce. Cruises through the middle of the gabba. Launches a long bomb. Shackey from behind Norton. Marcus Adams, the discipline spoil. Got a good bounce, did Dane Zorko. Robinson flicked it over the top to Lyons, and that's a good ball to Lockie Neal. Well played though, Dunkley. Not an easy thing to do. Went back with a flight. Lockie Neal got hold of him. Went back to find it. Neal dragged it under. He was wrapped up immediately. And wow, that's a tough call.
Gee, that's harsh. I know you can't drag it in, but that one seemed to severely harsh. And he's tried to stand up with the ball on this tackle. I think that's a big call.
I just assume it's the only thing you can do in that situation is knock the ball forward, because he just picked it up from on his knees. So it's very hard for the players there.
And he didn't lay on top of it. He was trying to stand up.
Scores level for the third time since the opening bounce. Game high lead for the Lions, 12 for the Dogs, 8. The goals have scored up a little in this second term, but it has been pulsating football. First 3 of this term to the Dogs, Norton, Hannon and Waitman, and then Robinson got it back to it in a point. Points been scored. We're not far from half-time, and it's hard to see how this one plays out. A date with Port Adelaide to the winner. McInerney and Young again. This time McInerney just slaps it forward. Bailey Dale taken in a tackle, went to ground. Bouncing ball for Easton Wood. Charlie Cameron behind him. Zach Bailey knocked it forward. White jumpers getting desperate. Gardner had to be good, was Keith. Helps a little. Gardner the little give. McRae had no time. Put it onto his right boot. Coleman, big collision with Dunkley. Lions, kick not quite perfect. Charlie Cameron lost his feet. Easton Wood picks it up and gets it away from goals, at least for the moment. Norton, 3, 4, 5, couldn't complete the deal. Coleman ran into trouble.
I used to think it was 3 touches and it was a mark. He had about 5 there.
What I love about Aaron Norton is that the tackle late afterwards. He's one of his real strengths. Here's McInerney, clean possession again. Birchall, slick little handball it was to Robinson. Can they get a mark here, Brisbane? In front, Eastonwood.
He's fought back well.
Sure has. 3 first quarter goals, Richo, and that again is a big play, isn't it, to have Charlie Cameron, who looked like he was going to blow this final apart. A little chip from Eastonwood. Wanted
the man, Bulldogs.
Dunkley, who's a very strong one-on-one player.
Time back on, stand, please.
Missed a dozen weeks with shoulder surgery, Josh Dunkley.
The Dogs also aren't giving Charlie that one-on-one space anymore that he was getting in the first quarter, Richo.
Hannon. So a free kick for an arm chop's going to come back to Mitch Hannon. Still a good 2 kicks from home. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot in that either. Stiff there, Gadeen Coleman. Hannon's going to gain some territory. Big contested situation. Out the back, Darcy Gardner.
Holding. Brisbane.
It's a Brisbane Lions free kick. So with 40 seconds until half-time, they can just take a deep breath here, Brisbane.
Stand there. Stand there. Stand. Play on.
McInerney again gets to a dangerous spot. Happy to concede. So 20 seconds before half-time. And it has been an arm wrestle. Fagan trying to outthink Beveridge. Beveridge trying to outthink Fagan. A half of football remaining for one of these 2 sides. McInerney, Robinson just missed him. McRae, Bontempelli. Treloar, Caleb Daniel. They've got time here. Bontempelli from 55. Set sail for home. The lead by that kick at half-time. Goals, 6 apiece.
In this knockout semi-final, the winner will go to the Adelaide Oval and take on Port Adelaide. And as Chris Fagan said, this one is, you can toss a coin.
So, Lepper, at this point in the coach's box, given what's transpired in the last minute of the first half, how are the discussions going? Who's making the decisions?
I would have thought the line coaches, this is, I guess, the hardest part when you've got to go in between line coaches, because you're thinking, OK, well, Berry's gone, I want to steal a forward, or I want to steal a defender, and you've got to get really good communication between your lines to make sure that, look, most coaches would have gone through their contingencies before the game, so they'll be ready to go in case one of these things happen.
So Jason Joe Hannison, Norm Smith medal winner, the activated medical sub, and he goes straight into the forward role. We're underway in the second half. McInerney, seen a lot of that. Bailey Dale came at it, didn't really want to get it to Liberatore. Launches one, directed a Sinar forward. Young's given a good contest there, and it was Daniel Rich immediately tackled.
Thanks, Daniel. Tim. Oscar, Tim.
English and McInerney. This goes ran out of shit at forward, and they slap it from the Leicester direction. Pinballing around Zach Bailey. Got down low, Fullerton trying to get a handle on it. Liberatore is the specialist. That was almost a throw. Bontempelli. Zach Bailey got him. Up by letting it go. And so there was no prior opportunity.
It's the one, I've said this a lot, where seemed to wait too long to blow the whistle there with the holding ball. And I reckon that's at times when players get slung to the ground.
McInerney won it in the air. Lions off the ground. Forward it goes. Fullerton couldn't control it. Williams with a bit of dash to McRae, who continues to find it. 25 times now he's got rid of the football. This time Rich picks up, sends it back. Wood normally picks it up. Here's Cameron. Little toe poke to himself. Pushes it forward. Does he kick it with his left? Can't quite get boot to ball. And Keith, calm, composed. Back it goes. Now Bontempelli at half back. Starts to roll. A bounce might take it a second or a third. Does all of that. Looks for Norton. He's held. Shooting forward Vandermeer. He's ignored. So too Treloar for the first time. Bontempelli this time into the pocket, over the head of a few, into the hands of Starcevic.
Set himself for Cody Waitman. Starcevic, been an outstanding defender for the Brisbane Lions. Norton again, and he's taken the mark lying on his back.
Stand.
There too with the next ball. Bontempelli said a lot of footy. This is disposal number 21. He's got English deep.
That's where you want Norton to now be.
He's going to head to Tim English. Darcy Garden English used his body nicely, couldn't complete the mark. And there's Johannesson involved at ground level.
So if you just tuned in, Waitman out with concussion, Johannesson, Hayne out, so too Berry. Lions, a man down, here's Bontempelli. He knows how to kick a freakish goal from the left forward pocket, not this time.
It's been a slow start to the third quarter, hasn't it? A very dynamic first half of footy, but the boys just feeling each other out at the start of this third term.
Lions by 11 at quarter time, Dogs by 1 with the long break as it stands now. Port await the winner in a prelim final. English got a hand to it. Importantly, Dunkley over his shoulder. 2-point game.
Powerful weapon when you've got Daniel Rich kicking in from full back. He's capable of spawning a player almost anywhere on the ground. Andrews went short. Starcevic, as Justin Leppich just said, it's a bit of a feeling out process. Starcevic took on Norton, got around forward, and well played out wide to Lincoln McCarthy. Mitch Robinson wanted it short.
Play on.
And he called it play on. James Danaher's going to be in the line. It was Young who double-fisted but didn't clear the area. So now the smother off the boot of Lockie Neal is ricocheted out of bounds.
Interesting when you think about the Lions. They've kicked 6 for the night, 4 of them in a 5-minute period. Lewis Young sets himself again to take on McInerney. Pushed off the first time, but Young gets back involved, taps to space. Dunkley, really clever. Liberatore onto his left. So close to the line and over. Starcevic, inside he goes to Birchall. 4 flags the Hawk, trying to become the first player to win a 5th somewhere else.
They do have space on the far side of the ground if they want to go to it, the Lions, but they're just happy and content to go long down the line.
McInerney front spot. In the end, Bailey at the back, works it forward. Chance here for Cameron. Ducks and weaves, fires it inside. Fullerton on his left, doesn't kick the ball as he would have liked. McCluggage! Terrific. Never took his eyes off the football.
And that was a hard ball to take, Hamish. That was floating around everywhere, that kick from Fullerton. And marks inside 50 have been very, very hard to find tonight. Only 5 for the Lions, 3 for the Western Bulldogs. You've got to convert when you get a mark inside 50. You're not going to get a lot of chances.
14 for the year, all singles. Another single, that's 15. And the Lions are back in front. That was just a great catch on the boundary at the Gabba. We've seen a few.
It's John Dyson.
Over the years.
That's going back a long way.
It's right in front of the old hill as well.
That was a great catch, wasn't it? Look at that ball floating around. That's a very, very good mark by Hugh McCluggage. Nice finish around the corner. And marks have been really hard to find inside 50. Both the defences have done a good job. We've seen plenty of goals from ground level and play. Who is going to be able to scrub some marks out of the air in this second half and get some set shots at goal?
High degree of difficulty on that mark from Hugh McCluggage. McInerney slaps it down. Bontempelli was confronted by McCluggage. Treloar's been quiet. Dunkley went to the voice of Bailey Dale. He saw the target he liked. Coleman intercepted the All-Australian Rich. Nice little 1-2, and then a driving ball. Cockatoo. Bailey Williams out the back. And it will, in the end, be escorted over the line. Charlie Cameron just having a think about where he wants it next.
Great illustration of how tight tonight has been. The Lions, and that ball was bounced, have been in front for 15 seconds longer than the Dogs throughout the evening. 3 lead changes. English tried to get a bit of territory. Liberatore read it well. McCluggage, 15th goal for the year. All of them are singles. I think Eamon Buchanan and Sid Jackson had done the same, 14 goals, 14 individual goals. No one's ever, Richo, found a way to kick 15. McInerney was about 10 metres or so. Zorko got to where the ball was going to land. Back to Coleman. That left leg of his sends it in the Danaher direction. Now McCarthy. Can he produce something brilliant on the left hand? He couldn't find his man.
It's going to be interesting to see if one of these key forwards, to me, the team can get on top in this second half. Danaher has had a tough night with Keith, who just doesn't concede goals at the moment. And down the other end, Adams is doing a pretty good job on Norton as well. Can one of these big guys take some marks inside 50 in the second half?
Joe's put his hand up to take the ruck work. Dunkley, Bontempelli has won a lot of ball early stages of this third term. Zorko, really good sliding.
He wants to be careful there, swinging the arm around like that.
Yeah, lucky it didn't connect. Now here's Danaher on cue. Richo's calling for a forward to step up. Couldn't complete the mark. Bontempelli in there again. Caleb Daniel, Ryan Gardner.
He'd be flat with that, Joe. He got 2 hands to it. And he had a bit of separation off Keith. Bontempelli helping out.
It's done so often, Marcus Bontempelli. That covers an enormous amount of ground. Bailey Dale's got to be careful here. Ryan Gardner high up and under one. Can they get a mark from this? Caleb Daniel tried to hack it out of mid-air and then ricochet back to him. So Vandermeer, they'll get it down the wing, and Hannon has presented nicely.
The goal in that second term, Hannon.
Hasn't got much ahead of him. You can see Gardner down the line, so it's his only option, really.
Now Bailey Smith's got Johannesson running, decides to use him. Johannesson on for Waitman. Out the back, Norton forces the issue.
You can see Norton, he wanted that ball back towards the goal square. Adams doing a good job.
To Robinson. Now McCluggage got rid of Bailey Smith, who was holding on for a while. McCluggage navigates through at halfback onto the chest of Leicester. So both medical subs on. Leicester, Bailey through the middle. They try and go. Cockatoo left it behind McCluggage. He's going to have another crack at goal. A kick from just on 50.
How's that work rate by McCluggage? He rebounded the ball from defensive 50, and now he's having a shot at goal. That is great work rate from a player who's having a very good night. This will be his 20th disposal, and he might kick his first multiple goals for the year home.
Yeah,
15 singles.
No one's ever done that before. Now he might just showboat with a couple. Lions fans would love him to find a way to kick a pair. It is to the left. They need.
That is where that stand rule just looks ridiculous. That looks ridiculous, what just happened then.
Been big on that all year, Richo.
When you're having a shot at goal, it just looks ridiculous when you're kicking it basically next to the man standing on the mark.
So evenly poised final. Bailey Dale spears one low. McInerney got a hand on it. Vandermeer competing. Cockatoo's dynamic. To Starcevic stepped through, and that was clever to McCluggage, who an outstanding. The goal kicking has probably been his nemesis in the last couple of years. He was 8-21 last year, 14-20 in 2021, and you can see there, that's the set shot numbers, 9-8 for Hugh McCluggage. This will be a big moment for him. Just had a little sighter. And it's touched off the boot, so no further score. You might come to you. We saw Berry is out with concussion. How have they been able to reshuffle Brisbane with that matchup not taking place?
Well, it was the move of bringing in Devon Robinson. So he was playing the Jared Berry role prior to Berry coming back, considering he missed most of the season, but the first half of the season. So all he's done is Robinson's moved from a wing and gone inside to play the Berry run with roll in the middle.
Liberatore marked right on the line. Inside he went to Bailey Smith. Back to Alex Keith. Now to Bailey Smith, who's run a long way. His kick just over the head of Zach Bailey. And under pressure immediately was Lockie Hunter. Somehow Leicester comes up with the football. Now to Charlie Cameron. He thought about taking off towards goal. Danaher's calling for it. And Charlie Cameron might just own the moment.
Well, they've just owned the ball, haven't they, in the front half of their ground. Again, the Lions have gone through segments of the game where they've been able to do this, but just not put it on the scoreboard.
Gives it off to Zach Bailey, who says thank you.
And they're just starting to find some marks inside 50. Must convert now.
Well, we know this man's good from long range. He's won him a game this year after the siren in a very similar position on the ground.
You see the tally tonight for Bailey. The fans are happy. Bailey's got his first, and the Lions lead by 2 goals. Last 3 goals of the semi-final to the Lions.
Ladies and gentlemen, masks are currently mandatory in stadium. Patrons are required to bring your own masks and wear them at all times, except when eating or drinking.
So we've been able to find the incident here where Jared Berry seen hitting his head, slingshotting back into the ground there. We believe that's the incident where he's sustained the concussion. Has been ruled out of the game. That was early in the second quarter.
So the time since the Bulldogs kicked the last goal, though, desperate to win a centre clearance here. Fulton Young has picked up nice, and McCluggage has been enormous to Lions. Working hard back there. Here's Charlie. He puts a couple of moves on. Duray did well. Leicester into the pocket, and Bailey Dale ushers it over.
And just looking at those numbers, the last goal scorer for the Dogs was Waitman, and he's out for the night.
Yeah, look at that 9-3 inside 50s this quarter. The Dogs are just holding in at this point in time, aren't they? They've got no impetus in the game in the third quarter so far.
Lions by a couple of goals, got the last 3 of the night. Robinson got the last of the second term. McCluggage and Bailey, the only 2 of the third. Caleb Daniel over the top, lands between a couple. Rourke Smith's got to be good. Devon Robinson just put it in front of Lockie Neal, fired it back inside, wanted McCluggage, couldn't find him. Bontempelli gave it to Alex Keith, whose ball ricochets off Robinson and out of bounds.
Yeah, everything's under pressure at the moment for the Doggies.
Outstanding forward pressure from the Lions. Really applying some heat in this game. Can they manufacture something here, Brisbane? Dogs trying to hold on. Caleb Daniel slams it on the boot. Awkward one for Joe Hannison. It fell fortuitously in the lap of Bailey Smith. Down the line, Gardner was just a little overzealous there, Mitch Hannon.
Because they've had the Dogs trapped in, they've got a really good structure behind the ball at the moment. Extremely hard to get through.
Such a reliable kick. Grant Birchall to Lions. Coming up for disposal number 21.
Moving on.
That's what we do know about the Bulldogs. They do get a lot of numbers back inside their defensive 50. So if you do go fast out like that last play, you often kick to an out number.
Ambitious kick from Marcus Adams, and Rourke Smith wasn't an easy mark to take at half back. So Luke Beveridge has decided that right now he's going to get amongst his players, and he knows how crucial this 8 minutes and 45 seconds is. Beautiful contest it was from Norton. Front and centre, McRae out the back. Shaggy has run back and dropped the sitter. Flicks it off to Hannon. Can he score from there? He's missed. And so Josh Shaggy, it was a beautiful kick. He'll want his time all over again.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. And again, that was the Brisbane defenders just got a little bit too aggressive and had them out the back. Should have been an easy goal for the Dogs.
Yeah, it was a perfect play, wasn't it? They just had to finish the work, and Shaki dropped the mark.
It looked a certainty, but nothing certain in finals. Cockatoo extracts himself from the tackle. Off they go again. This time Lester floats the ball forward. Giray did well, held his ground, kept Cameron underneath it. The Dogs live to fight another day. McRae takes a while. Little kick as far as Hunter.
Outside 5. Outside 5. Play on.
Couple of one-on-ones. This time Shaki again with Harris Andrews. Treloar started quietly over the top. Vandermeer inside he goes. Now a chance for Hannon. Hannon kicks. He's offline too.
So let me ask you, as someone who sat in the senior coaching chair, what advantage do you get from going down to ground level now if you're that man, Luke Beveridge?
Well, it's just the communication. Maybe you feel your message isn't getting through as clearly as you'd like, and you're probably more value down there giving that direct message as opposed to coming through a phone line.
Robinson, strong tackle. Looked up Bailey Williams. I just feel like the next goal in this game is going to be massive. Young got over the top. Dunkley with some strength. And there is umpire Matt Stevie. Had a big week during the week. Fantastic umpire. Cray intelligently knocked it down to Caleb Daniel and tried to just caress it in the direction of Bailey Smith. Alex Keaton now, he's got to go back and work hard. McRae back in there, spills out. There's going to be a big win for the Lions. Strange ball drop, but got good purchase. Giray got rid of Cameron. Look at the speed. Charlie, he won't be caught. Could this be goal number 4? Charlie's just missed. So you just see him out the back.
I reckon he could have kept running there, Charlie. Backed his pace in.
Miscued.
Dogs feeling under pressure. Young, terrific, got involved. Dunkley hurriedly onto the boot. Gardner, outstanding, knocked it down, but Vandermeer was in the right spot. Heard the umpire. Vandermeer happy to take the advantage. Another chance for the Dogs. Treloar beaten to it by Robertson. The youngster to the veteran. Back to the youngster again. Coleman, full stretch, not quite. Bontempelli. Dogs need a captain's goal. And guess what Bont does? He gives them a captain's goal. Touch the call from the players.
Umpire's calls the goal. Please check it wasn't touched.
Review underway.
Importantly, umpire's call is a goal.
You can't overrule it off that. It's a finger gone back there, the index finger. So blurry, isn't it? It's going to be a big call. What do you think?
Darcy Gardner was very confident.
I think he touched it.
Wasn't it?
But was there enough evidence there to categorically overrule?
Oh, the ball changes trajectory a little bit, I think, there too.
Yeah, it does.
It does dip a little left. But you're right, it's hard off the naked eye, even off that. So interesting to see what they do.
Complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball deviates after making contact with the Brisbane defender's hand. Decision on the scoreboard.
Talk about a game of inches and centimetres and millimetres.
It's funny enough, separated these teams in the whole season, didn't it? The small inches was the difference between 4th and 5th position on the ladder.
A couple of points literally over the course of a whole season. Lepper, it's amazing, isn't it? Big call from the arc. 6 minutes until three-quarter time. In front, here's the little man Caleb Daniel to the big man English. And up and under. Kick Marcus Adams with a powerful fist. Rourke Smith is gang tackled again. And
always think of that any given Sunday with Al Pacino when you talk about inches. That is one of the great scenes.
You just see that he's such an emotion-driven coach, Luke Beveridge. He wants to get around his team and get some contact with his players. It's massive. The prelim final up for grabs. Coleman did really well. Superb tackle. Oh, Vandermeer. And 50 as well. So, a half a fingernail has reversed a goal, and now this is huge. Tackle was strong, and Coleman has been advanced 50 metres. He wants to get it moving pretty quickly.
Just eases the pressure off the lines.
Robinson on his left, fired it forward. Hunter got into a good spot. It was meant for Fullerton and it was going there. Hunter, the crafty young dog, well, with some age now, I guess. Brisbane by 11. Dogs have had a rugged minute or so. Thought the skipper had got them back to within a goal. And then the 50. English under pressure. Smother comes. Lyons over the top. He goes with the handball. Bailey Williams. Ugly sort of a bounce. Controlled it in the end. Harris Andrews couldn't punch and get any territory on it. Ends up with the little ball rolled his way. Coleman to Zorko. Kick, perfect kick. Leicester on the ground, push forward. Can he kick the goal?
He's the man you want kicking it inside 50, Zorko. Really good user of the ball, smart, good vision.
Last time, Ryan Leicester kicked the goal, 2017. Not going to kick one there, but will Daniel Rich?
You can tell he was darting his eyes. He was looking for Rich the whole time, and then eventually the doggies gave it to them. He wasn't able to convert.
Four minutes 44 until three-quarter time. Caleb Daniel's going to go right up the middle of the ground. You can see English almost looked like a set play. Can he deliver Tim English? Gave a good contest. Spinning move was pretty effective until the tackle, incorrect disposal to Kitty Coleman's come up with a couple of big plays.
And it was a great effort to defend that ball to English. Got it to ground level.
There he is again, Coleman having a real purple patch. Play on Zorko. Norton applies some pressure on the mark. Coleman's got his own footy all of a sudden. Can they get it be marked out of her? Out the back, Leicester, the save. Huge goal coming up, Brisbane. All the time to kick your first goal of the year, Ryan Leicester. The Dogs have been hammering the other way, and Brisbane get out to a game-high 18-point lead.
He's made an impact, that man. Much loved at the footy club as well. He's done it the hard way throughout his career, but he's a terrific man and he's come on and made a big impact, which is the most important thing.
Hodgie, this was fantastic in the middle of the ground there by Zach Bailey on Tim English.
Yeah, it was. Tim English got away from Oscar McInerney. Bailey realised it, made the contest, and then Kitty Coleman with that tackle. But he's got to be in the right spot at the right time, and Ryan Leicester, he's got enough experience. He had his composure to slot it through on the left foot.
Hasn't kicked a goal in 4 years. The last time he kicked a goal was in his 100th. Playing game 1-5-8 tonight. Leicester gets them out to that game high lead. Dogs How do they respond? Liberatore off the ground, almost for Treloar. Smith, McRae, Johannesson from 48, kicks long. How's the response? It's good. It's great. Dogs are back in the hunt. Where are they?
It's a goal. Can you please check to see whether it hit the goalpost?
Review underway.
It's a gap, isn't there? Top right.
Yeah, looks like a clear goal.
Review complete. Looking at these angles, there is no deviations. The ball passes the post and no spike on edge. Decision on the scoreboard.
Quick response. Lions by 12. As a dog support, I'm not sure you would have been able to handle a point there.
No. That's a good response, isn't it?
Yep.
Good finish from Jason Johannesson, the medical sub on the ground for Cody Waitman at half-time.
Good contested win again out of the centre square bounce from the Doggies, and a few times they've done that, been able to handball their way through the Lions' pressure and score. It was a great finish. Again, it's just inches, isn't it? These two teams are separated by the smallest of margins throughout the year, and it's little things like this. Inches of the goalpost for each other. Could all it be today to win this game?
It's a bit of an in-swinger, wasn't it? It looked like it was going to miss and turned late.
Just his second ever goal in a final. Jason Johannesson couldn't have come at a better time. Big ball to be won. Liberatore. Sorko in there, and Lockie Neal, beautifully done. Chips it up, didn't quite connect with it how he'd have liked. Bailey Dale, Vandermeer, Charlie Cameron.
The Doggies are at their most dangerous when they can get out the front of the Brisbane stoppages. They haven't been able to do it a lot, but when they do, geez, it's been dangerous.
Hold of the arm, Bulldogs.
Advantage is going to be paid. I'm sure Caleb Daniel. Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? He's called advantage.
Bulldogs.
And then probably the right call.
Time back on. Stand there.
Hadn't quite been aware of it. So Taylor Duray now.
Play on.
Really a pretty effective kick of the ball. Decides just to punch it as long as he can. Norton getting involved. English in a row. Picked it up off his toes beautifully. Back to Shaki. Can Treloar bend it around the corner? He's hit it on the behind post and out of bounds on the full.
Out on the full.
Starcevic, the Lion that grabs a few metres, and suddenly the Dogs again an opportunity to rebound. 50 at a crucial time.
Well over the mark.
Was it
McCluggage, I think.
Was it McCluggage who stepped over? So Keith's looking for his first goal of the year. He's kicked 2 in his career. First-class cricketer, a first-class defender. Can he become a forward just for the moment? When the Dogs really need him to find a way to settle and be straight.
He wouldn't have done a lot of goal-kicking practice, I don't think, from Monday to Friday.
Do you make all players do it, Leper, even if you are a fullback? Do you have to do it?
Well, you wouldn't have thought it'd be a priority, would you? But you should at least spend 5 or 10 minutes on it so you feel comfortable.
Routine, make sure you've got one.
Just so you feel at least comfortable in it.
Sauce kicked 10 in a game once.
Luggage has been huge. Here's Alex Keith. He'll feel like he owes him one. Slapped it out looking for Bailey Dale. Fullerton, the big man getting down low, and he won't be unhappy with that opportunity to reset. So they're all big moments, aren't they? Missed shots at goal. Touched off the boot. Just feels like one of those nights, doesn't it? There's some anxiety either bench. huge rewards. Prelim final up for grabs. Lions, cleverly done. Zach Bailey, Bailey Dale. By letting it go, Eastonwood backs into the pack and wrapped up by Cockatoo.
Been watching Cody Waitman on a different monitor. He's been biting his teeth behind Luke Beveridge, watching every play. It's unbelievable. He knows he's not playing next week in a prelim if they get there. Here's a chance. Lyons tries to ride the tackle. Little handball back inside. Bailey Dale, left boot, buys 40 metres or so. Robertson swoops on the football. Through hands. Diving mark, McRae.
They've done that so well, the Doggies. All their mids get back, their wingers get back to help out. It's really difficult to score if you're a Lions player.
Sends it down the line. Bontempelli, great courage. As always, Rourke Smith and the Lions, with Jared Lyons, happy to wrap that one up. And a score either way here could be a huge factor in this game. See the instructions being bugged out from either interchange bench. Liberatore gains some good territory. Can Jay Haddison get something rolling? He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. See the disappointment.
Saw the Lions hold up to 60, so I think that means 60 seconds to go like it is. So when that happens, they tend to go in a bit of a slow play mode. If they can get an uncontested mark, they will. If not, they'll just go long down the line like this.
Exactly what you predicted. English got up high, but Zorko, he thinks they can get another score. Now McInerney. He's handled it straight out of bounds. And, well, that is an interesting call. Look at Cody Waitman. He's saying, let's score one. He's convinced that they can get something from here. Liberatore looks inboard. Have they got the risk appetite to take one through the corridor? Down the line, Norton Lawrence. We've seen him have 5 mark of the round contenders. English. Well played, McInerney. Gained some important territory. Picked up by Rourke Smith. A rare fumble from Bailey Dale. Sorko thought about sinking the slipper into it. McCluggage. He's almost got his back on top, and they've paid that as well.
Says it all, the unflappable Chris Fagan getting hot under the collar. McRae pulls the kick, short kick, good. Onto the chest of Jason Johannisen. He kicked the last for the Dogs. You'd think it would be the last kick of the third term to make it a 5-point football game. Last 2 goals of the game, kicked by the starting medical subs. Leicester on the left, the first since 2017. Johannisen needed a score review. It starts right, stays right. 5 teams simply don't go into form. A preliminary final, the prize to the winner.
Bonds had 27, McRae's had 30. These are the guys that they keep playing the way they are. They need to keep getting the ball inside forward 50 to give their forwards an option. Both teams have had 18 scoring shots. It's right down to the wire here.
Thank you, Hodgie. It's just got that feeling this final, that score reviews with that balls just slightly touched here. Don't want to go anywhere. What a finish coming up. Prelim final awaits the winner. And this could go either way. Liberatore in the path of McRae. As Hodgie said, they're a powerful combination. The Bulldogs mids. Here's the Bont. Ran over the top of it. Lyons was tracking him down. Johannison's had an immediate impact. And that find the target sliding in Shacky. Back to Vandermeer. Hunter's a left footer, as we know. Centering kick. Oh, McRae took a brilliant mark. Under some real pressure. Really strong hands.
In control. No, Lockie, just
fantastic
come back.
mark. Lockie Hunter has been good all year with his score assists. Another good pass there to Jack McRae. 34th kick coming up.
5-4 for the year, Jack McRae. And this is an enormous moment. Back-to-back All-Australian. Can he get it? Bending right to left. He's got it coming the way he wanted, and that's a huge goal, Jack McRae. left to right bend is what he wanted, and you could just see he had some nervous moments. He was steering it home, and that's what the Bulldog Army wanted.
He's only had the 10 shots for the year, so of all the possession he amasses, he doesn't often get front of centre. Normally Bont's the man doing that type of work, but it could get a more important goal to get one of his 6 for the year.
Cody Waitman sadly not playing. Plenty of encouragement. Scoreboard says it's a 4-point game. We know it's so much more than that. Again, it's McInerney, so influential in the middle. Dogs fans around the country relieved. Gardner to Duray. Knows all about going deep in September. English, not quite. Coleman, Robinson, little give to Neil. Vandermeer charges at him. Bontempelli desperately slides into the benches. Ball picked off by Dale. Liberatore kicked 2 of the first 3. He had 2 in the first term. Cameron 3. Rourke Smith. McRae kicked the last. Dangerous spot. Bouncing ball taken cleanly. Hannon underneath Harris Andrews.
Fine. Thanks, Mitch. Oscar team.
Little chance for McRae again. The give. Not clean. Rourke Smith desperate. Coleman 2. Liberatore involved. Knocked it back to the pack. Robinson tries to go through his own legs. Couple of feet holding it in.
Oscar and team.
This sense this is going to be a grind, isn't it? The last 18 minutes, contest by contest. All the little things are going to matter right now.
McInerney and English. Good battle, the big man again. McInerney, he's done that so often tonight. Easton Wood fought back really well for the first quarter. This man kicked the first 3 goals in the first quarter, and he was going to tear it apart, but just over the head of Fullerton. They've been able to reel him back in. Charlie Cameron, like he was just going to be unstoppable, Ridjo.
He hasn't been able to find it inside 50 since quarter time. He had that one shot at goal on the run in the 3rd quarter, but they've reined him back in. You're happy if he's getting it up there. You just don't want him getting it inside 50.
Taylor Duray has got the Charlie Cameron matchup. You still just sense he's going to play a massive role, deciding the outcome. McInerney surging forward. So McRae asking the question.
He's on line for another 40 disposal game. Jack McRae, nearly 11 kilometres covered there, and he's basically got his touches in all 4 corners of the ground.
Wonderful attack on the ball from Robinson. We'll never have to question that. Gardner from the side. Ground ball to be won. Lions have set up again. And they're throwing inside forward 50.
Zach Bailey's probably the man from the Lions here. He's the one that can get dangerous in these stoppages.
McInerney had McCarthy running. They knew what they wanted to do. Bontempelli off a step, back to the wing it goes. Shackey moved off the ball by Harris Andrews. Little under Coleman. Swept it back. Adams, Coleman, just a little slip. Chance for Norton, they get involved. Adams again, got to be quick. Norton, 2nd and 3rd efforts terrific. Lions in the air, marks in front of Rourke Smith. Run is on, this time it's Starcevic. How big the smother, sliding underneath it all, Vandermeer.
That was great pressure by the Western Bulldogs then. 3 or 4 times it looked like the Lions had finally released a player. Great smother, really good pressure.
I'm playing a free kick next time. Oscar and Tim, just here.
A word of warning there for Zach Bailey about handing the ball back to the umpire, Bailey. Dale, that was really strong play, and he had enough poise to flick it out to Hunter. Running back with the ball here, Bailey Smith. He's going to be too quick for Darcy Gardner. He's got a short one on this Shackey in the pocket. It was ill-directed. Shackey's trapped it. He'll turn and score from there. And the Bulldogs have hit the front. Shackey kicked a massive goal.
Felt like Harris Andrews had him covered then, but had a quiet night, Josh Shackey, but that's huge. Dogs back in front.
For more information regarding current mask requirements, please check the Queensland Health website.
Well, this is the play right here. Dane Zorko couldn't quite stick the tackle and the doggies are out. And then once they get out, we spoke before the game about the Lions defenders wanting to play in front. You can see Harris Andrews, it's like a 10-metre leg rope right there. Needs to come right back a little bit, be a little closer to Josh Shackey, and he just gets that easy goal over the back.
Since quarter time, Dogs kicked 3 in a row. Then the Lions kicked 4 in a row. Now it's the Dogs 3 in a row again. 4th lead change. Hunter leads Robinson to the ball. Doesn't connect as he would have liked. A couple of lines collide. Gardner, sensational.
Move it on. Play on.
McInerney charges hard at the football. Knocks it down to Neil. On his left. Quickly to Zach Bailey. McCarthy flew high. Caleb Daniel. The tackle did the 360. Robinson tried to gather it in. Couldn't. Liberatore towards half forward again. Chance for Trelaw. Not quite. Vandermeer. Handball terrific. Johannesson looking for his second. Takes a little off the kick. Is it 15? No. Bailey Smith heard the call. He goes towards goal. It sails through. I don't think there's a touch from Adams. 4 in a row, the Dogs. Talk about little moments. Johannesson's kick, not quite 15. Bailey Smith heard the whistle, played on, kicked the goal. Fingernail was all it was between another touch behind and an 8-point lead.
It's the Dogs' outside runners that are having a real influence at the start of this last quarter. Some really strong, hard gut run from Bailey Smith, Lockie Hunter. They don't go away, those players. They're 4-quarter runners, and they've got the Dogs right back on top.
That footy didn't spin once from Bailey Smith. It had no right to go through.
No, it was a really important shepherd by Josh Shackey as well on the goal line. So 2 really big moments for him in the last 3 minutes.
8 points equals the Bulldogs' biggest lead of the match. And Chris Fagan, the gum's getting a serious workout. Plenty of time to play out. English. Liberatore went through his legs. Lions. And now McCluggage. Little mini battles to be won everywhere. Throw against McInerney. So another little win for the Bulldogs and English. Big man had the short option. Thought about to Johannesson and now just caresses it. So that's Keith. By Jack McRae. Disposal number 37. Saw the biggest amount of disposals ever last week. Lockie Neal 46 in a final. There's Bontempelli happy to wander over. Brisbane fans are out of their chair. Look at the emotion. That's a great sight, isn't it? Fans at the footy. There's a bit of red, white and blue at the Gabba as well.
English to a little space. Dunkley, big contest. Birchall just did enough. Got the tackle in. Home and away football, couple of finals. The 96th quarter for each of these 2 teams. For one, it's the end of the road. Bailey Smith fumbled at just the wrong moment. Then he got it again. Onto the left he goes. The one-on-one contest. Norton, second grab. How's the recovery? Vandermeer. Tackle's got to be strong. Got rid of the football. Trelaw shoveled it out. Birchall, frantic stuff. Bontempelli, Shacky, little ball wide. Cameron got involved. Robertson, the give to Adams. The tackle from Bailey. The ball floats onto the chest of Wood.
Great defensive effort from the Lions there. They defended for their life. Easton Wood sends it back inside. English. Vandermeer again. Clever little knock on. Bailey Smith's had a huge last quarter already. Trelaw was well tackled and Gardner sends it far and wide, and a bit of relief in the end.
Gee, they just soaked some pressure up there, the Brisbane Lions.
It almost feels the whistle's gone away already. There's still 13 minutes to go, but the umpires are really letting all the decisions go.
They feel like they've got more run, though, the Dogs. Bailey Smith, Hunter, McRae.
Last 5 inside 50s you just saw with the Bulldogs. McInerney with English again. Zach Bailey. Oh, well smothered. Diving effort. Josh Dunkley willing himself onto that contest.
I think this is where the Lions have to have the courage now to take the game on a little bit, take on the tackle. They're going to have to get more potent entries inside 50. Just quick kicks won't be enough to get back in the game.
No margin for error now. McInerney, Starcevic. 5 goals to zip in the last quarter last week. The Dogs against the Bombers. 3 here to the Bulldogs. Not yet a goal to the Lions in this last term. Last 4 of the night to the Western Bulldogs. Lockie Hunter. Hopeful. Shacky or Norton. Not this time. McInerney. Again, superb and dominant in the air.
He's had a huge night. 16th disposal coming up. McInerney sends it back down the line. Ryan Gardner's fist was effective. Zach Bailey. He's a really clever player. Look at the composure there to cut back inboard. Devon Robertson, Zorko, slick hands. This is the Bulldogs game. The Lions executed it well to Starcevic. Dumps it down the line. McCluggage, look at McCarthy. What a mark that was. He thought about cockatoo. He's a great aerialist. And he's decided this is his moment.
It was hard work, but it was Zach Bailey who was able to get it out of a tricky situation. He's got a good spring, hasn't he, McCarthy?
It was encouraged by hands, wasn't it? They just didn't blast the ball. They took the tackle on a little bit. They drove their legs. They got through the line, and they get a better entry inside 50 because of it.
He's played 5 games in his last 2 years at Geelong. He's had 61 games in 3 years. He's giving great value to the Brisbane Lions. Can he massage this one home? It looks a little right, stays right.
Behind the blue dot.
Now can they put some pressure back on the Dogs with some repeat entries?
They've had that set play up the middle a couple of times here, Dogs, but I don't think they need to take those risks at the moment, Richo.
Yours.
Norton involved. McInerney, first hands on it. Hannon in the middle of the pack, finds some space, sends it towards half forward. Brutal bounce for Harris Andrews. Got back, tapped it down. Starcevic, Birchall, Robinson. Long kick down the line. How does it work out? McCarthy. Okay for the Lions right here. Into the pocket it sails. Danaher, Keith, Duray. Reset. Coaching sends grown men to places they really shouldn't have to go to. A tough watch for 11 minutes for Beveridge and Fagan.
See Caleb Daniel screaming instructions out there. Off the boot of Bailey Smith. Play on's the call. Bontempelli surging it forward.
Only taken 1 mark tonight. Joe Danaher, Alex Keith been outstanding.
There's not some tension at the Gabba at the moment, Lepper. You know that feeling well.
Oh, I thought he was a calm man, Chris Fagan. If it sends him that batty, well, we're all got no hope.
This will aid you in dog years, a final like this. Look at McCarthy. Did well again, over the head. Here's Zach Bailey. Smothered by McRae, picked up by Fuller and Zorko. Went to ground, Gardner came through. Here's Lewis Young, flicked it out to Dunkley, clearing kick to the centre, big contest. Hannon and Gardner both fall over. Bouncing ball, Starcevic, too strong, well played, and then Treloar got him. Advantage is paid.
Bailey Smith takes off, onto his left, spots a white jumper. He finds Harris Andrews. Through the middle, perhaps for the Lions again, Starcevic. Zach Bailey thought about Fullerton, pulled the handball. Robertson. Little one down the line, McCarthy.
You see the players looking fatigued. It's getting much harder to get back and help out.
McInerney, Danaher out the back. One way, then the other, then out of room. Fullerton, has it travelled to 15? Umpire says yes. This to make it 1 point.
It's great composure by Joe Danaher. He could have blasted away. It was a smart move, wasn't it? Kicking it to the top of the goal square.
14th game for the 22-year-old. 3 goals in his career. 2 this year. Lions fans are praying, and they get what they hope for.
What a game. What a moment for Fullerton. He went back. And a nice finish. They had to work so hard for that goal. The pressure in this game is enormous now. And as Lepper said, fatigue setting in.
Great contested play here. They've hit that pocket through most of the night, the Brisbane Lions going inside 50. That right there, Joe Danaher looked to blaze away. Great composure to roll back and put it into a dangerous position on the field. He didn't really see where he was kicking it, but it's a smart option. And a great finish by Fullerton.
You just couldn't ask for a better contest than this one. It's got a bit of everything, and there's more drama to come. 9 minutes remaining. Prelim final, the reward. Here's McInerney and English. Lions. You can see the fatigue. Tumbling forward, and Harris Andrews has gone forward. Now that is a move that we didn't see coming, and not a noted goal kicker at all. He's a 2-time All-Australian full-back, Lepper, and this is massive.
Well, we thought they might have gone to this at the start of the week and changed up his role a little bit, but they've gone to it at the death in this game, so he might be the match winner for the Brisbane Lions.
Just the 1 goal in 2021, just the 10 career goals you can see in his 136 games. Harris Andrews, massive moment for him. He's a pretty relaxed customer, not a bad looking attempt as he got it in. He's just pulled it to the near side. Scores level, 10-11, 71 apiece in the semi-final of the Gabba.
Hopeful kick, Norton, really important, crashed the pack. Rourke Smith got involved too. Easton Wood almost ran into Norton. Back it goes to Caleb Daniel. Normally calm, normally uses it well. This time, hugs the boundary line. Hannon flew, didn't get involved in the air.
Gutsy effort by Mitch Robinson here, going back with the flight. Look at that. Norton comes hard. He's very sore, Mitch Robinson. That is brave.
Fair contest. It's Leicester's the one that's gone back for Harris Andrews, so they've swapped roles. Leicester for Andrews.
8 minutes left in the season, or maybe more. Do we go to extra time? Very little wriggle room left. Lions. A little chance here. Lockie Neal. Over the top, wants McCarthy. Through the hands it goes. Harris Andrews puts it in front of Robertson. The Dogs try and corral. They do enough. So who handles the big moments the best? The Lions or the Dogs? Is there a hero to emerge? Which coach is smiling at the end of it all? Who's playing Port Adelaide in the prelim? McInerney. Deft little touchdown, 3 white jumpers, just Lockie Neal.
Jack McRae's been stranded on the bench for the last 5 minutes trying to get back on. The ball's not on that side, though.
Almost for Neil, absolutely for Bailey, then into a wall of white McCluggage. It sails through, it is not enough to get them in front.
Can you believe it, that point? It's that sort of year between these two teams, isn't it?
Extraordinary, isn't it, when you go back to the top four, decided by 0.05%, and now we're level. Minutes remaining. Look at the grab from Norton. That was huge.
That's huge. At this stage of the game, when you're trying to move the ball from one end of the ground to the other, you take a contested mark like that. Massive play by Aaron Norton.
Bailey Smith drives it down the line, and there's Leicester. So a big move. As I said, Letman Richo, the Harris Andrews move forward. Ryan Leicester, the medical sub back. What do you make of that?
Well, geez, you just wonder whether you need to swap it back again now that the game's back on level pegging, now that you've got the score back a little bit. But Ryan Lester's an experienced campaigner.
So this is English and McInerney. He's done a power of work, the big O. Lyons was pretty keen to make sure it didn't get trapped underneath him.
I mean, you've got Adams who's doing the job on Norton. So you try and win the game. I think you leave Harris Andrews forward. There's not another dominant key down there to worry about.
No, you're right, Richo. He's Ryan Lester's on Johannesson, so the matchup wouldn't have worked for Harris Andrews.
McInerney again. Brilliant from Rourke Smith. Ball spilt. McCluggage, Coleman tried to get away from Hunter. How desperate he was. How important the tackle might be.
He's good in this position, Hunter.
So Crafty. Top of the square, Norton, Bontempelli, Gardner, handball picked off by Cockatoo. Grabs a metre or two onto Danaher at halfback, contemplates where to next.
So they're not going to have much down the line. You can see McInerney there, Danaher kicking.
Bulldogs off the ball, where Ryan is. Best camera.
Mark's back here. Charlie, back here, where's Bulldogs? Back, straight back now. Right out.
Yeah, Charlie just blocking off the ball there. Good pick up by the umpire.
So Gardner, who came in for Cordy, finds himself deep in a semi-final. Caleb Daniel sends the Bulldogs forward again. Bontempelli! McInerney front spot. Now Bontempelli. 5 minutes and 30 or so on the clock. 71 apiece.
That's your line.
He's had a big week. AFLPA MVP. The player's captain of the year. Can he have a huge moment? It starts and stays right, but it's enough to get his Dogs in front.
What does Rich do here, Leopard? Does he get aggressive?
Well, there's still 5 minutes to go, but I think the players aren't sure of that, so he'll probably look to get a bit more aggressive.
1 point ball game. 5 minutes remaining. And Rich surveying the scene now. He's called to play on Robinson, wants it short, and that's where he goes. Daniel Rich is nearly unthinkably shanked that out of bounds, and a little nervous kick there as well. They work it through in the end, back to Rich. Big contest down the line. Here's Andrews, brilliant mark. Could this be the inspired move? Two-time All-Australian fullback. Thrust forward, takes a big contested mark. Bontempelli, he's drifted back, Eastonwood. Well tackled by McCarthy. Caleb Daniel, is it going to be out of bounds? Off the side of the boot. And so, well, that is an extraordinary call. Insufficient intent to keep the ball in.
We all know it was a skill error. It wasn't an intent error, but the umpires pinned him for pretty much a skill error because it did go directly towards the line.
So massive call, huge moment with 4.5 minutes remaining in the game. Lockie Neal gets the chance to be a hero. You felt there was going to be a twist or a turn. The reigning Brownlow medal winner. Can he put his side in front? Not a bad attempt, just narrow. Scores level.
It's always going to be a tough kick from that far out around the corner. Was it deliberate? Well, they normally pay them. It came off the side of his boot.
Categorically not deliberate.
No.
Trying to gain territory, skill error, desperate times. Back to square. Who handles these urgent moments? Bailey Williams, Cameron, Robinson, Norton's tackle. Bailey Williams is tapped to himself, takes it cleanly, keeps it in, rolls it down the line, only as far as Rich. His kick, just good enough. Was brilliant to Adams. Had to be perfect and was. Now he goes deep into the pocket, not as he would have liked it. Easton Wood, Charlie Cameron, desperate times again. Wood didn't get anywhere with the slap. Suddenly, Robinson with an opportunity. Wants to go long, didn't get too far. Back to the arc it goes. McInerney. Out of room, out of options. 10-12 each of two. One spot up for grabs in the prelim final. Port Adelaide awaits.
Only 3 finals have been to extra time. The most recent one, Port Adelaide West Coast in 2017. Are we going to see it again here, falling over English? McInerney just hammers it forward. Forward and a clever little knock on. McCarthy with speed, flicks it out wide. Danaher, can he get through? Zorko has missed the lights. What about that? A point could be the game. Out of bounds on the full 3:29 remaining.
Gardner gives it everything he's got. Treloar went reaching. Rich. Called, touched. No one in the stadium really heard it. Rich thought he had an opportunity to go deep again. The natives show their displeasure. English, handball to Liberatore. Did he keep it in? He did. Bontempelli. Whistle.
All the little calls, all the little moments, all the decisions the umpire made, every one of them count right now.
Who's going to excel when there's most at stake? We're deep into the season. For one, it's the end. Here's a chance for Liberatore. He missed it. McCluggage to Neil. Had it. And then it was Liberatore's in his back. Lockie Neal's eyes dart about.
Bulldogs free kick down there. It's your kick. It's your kick down there. Your free kick. Bulldogs free kick.
It's a reversal, it looks like.
Bulldogs free kick. Yes. Tom Liberatore. Yes, we're the Bulldogs.
Gets Lincoln McCarthy.
Oh, you just don't need to do that, do you?
Well, I'm not sure if Alex Keith didn't get an elbow in first. We'll have a look at it in a moment. But
It was the retaliation that got called. That's often the case.
Yeah.
So another massive decision in this game. Liberatore now gets to send the Dogs to half forward. A lot of Brisbane numbers down there. They get the front and centre contest. Awkward one for Zach Bailey. Bailey Dale, you reckon he's got to get it out of there? He has to get it out of there. Wow.
Gee, that's a big call. Normally you can drag it under like that.
Well, it's just a free kick, isn't it? If you dive on it and don't get it out.
And that is a sight you don't want to see. The skipper gets up, sore, Bontempelli, Liberatore. Here's Johannesson. Scrambles a kick forward. Huge contest. Norton to ground. Hannon's got some speed. Can Bailey Smith score? Towards goal. Bailey Smith. Has he got the Dogs into a prelim final? He may well have. Left foot spearer from nowhere. Huge moment.
What a night he's had.
Bontempelli's a story as well. We'll get to that in a moment.
Look at the run from Smith. He's always there. He's always in the face looking to receive the ball. And that is an incredible finish. 3 goals, 27 disposals, and hard run all night.
He's kicked the last 2 for the Dogs. He's never kicked 3 in his career. He has tonight to Yogi.
Sorry, Bonta getting his right knee assessed. It looks like it's a PCL. how he's landed. He actually indicated that he had an impact on that knee, so they're just assessing him now.
Dogs by a goal. Lions on the hunt. Zorko desperately, couldn't quite. Liberatore almost out of trouble. Smith through his legs. Coleman had it, lost it. Zorko tackled by Dunkley.
Next stop, Adel. Both got it. Stand up, please. Oscar, Tim. Thank you. Straight away.
Can they hold on? McRae. The ball will bounce. The players will be desperate. Chance now for the Lions. Gardner at halfback. To the outer side he goes. Strong from McCarthy. Calm handball inside. McCluggage on the left. Lions need a hero. So too the Dogs. There's a few of them. Here's a chance. Bailey one way, then the other. 80 seconds on the clock, and we are back to square. Don't you just love this game?
That's a pretty amazing goal as well. Really good composure. A good mark here by McCarthy as well. The quick play on. But Zach Bailey weaved his way through some traffic here and then had the composure to steady and finish. Look at this.
That's it. That's the strength right there. That's the move. A lot of other players were just panicked there and blasted the ball right there. Bang, that left foot step. Took on the two tacklers, and that's what gave him the opportunity to settle. And what a star on the rise this kid is.
He doesn't mind a big moment, Zach Bailey. He should have been the hero in round 2. With a big tackle at Geelong that wasn't rewarded. He was the hero in round 3. Could he be the hero that gets him into a prelim final? How big's this centre bounce? Minute 14 remaining. McInerney and English. Free kicks going the way of the Bulldogs. Paid a block against McInerney. Can they get a score? Driving long ball. Hannon in front. Out the back, Bailey Smith's got 3. Can Vandermeer soccer through? He gets a point. That gives the Dogs the lead. But they'll go straight up the middle with 50 seconds remaining.
The ball in the hands of a beautiful kick. He gives it a long ride. A chance now. The Lions forward again. Cameron, Duray, Cameron. The foot race is on. The season is on the line. And the Lions will have one last crack.
Do you knock it towards the goals now if you're the ruck, just trying to at least level up the game?
A season filled with twists and turns. These two sides get down to this. McInerney, Cameron beaten to it by Daniel, and there is a mark that makes the Western Suburbs smile. Will it be enough?
Just got to get this out of bounds, the Dogs.
Called to play on. Bontempelli looks at the clock. Off hands to a dangerous spot. McCarthy to Zorko. The Dogs will hang on. The Lions will fall short. 5 seconds. One kick. The Dogs do it. They scratch and claw and snarl their way to a win. Just a phenomenal final at the Gabba. A prelim final, the next stop in Adelaide for the Western Bulldogs.